Weekday nights, the city roars. Tune in loud, turn up some more. Cincinnati show, it's time to play. Sports with strawberry ice today. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. CTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry ice, he's on the mic, energy, it's good light. Every touchdown, every goal. Feel the pulse, it's in your soul. Cincinnati heartbeats strong. Strawberry ice will lead the throng. Every touchdown, every goal. Feel the pulse, it's in your soul. Cincinnati heartbeats strong. Strawberry ice will lead the throng. Feel the crowd, it's electric now. Shouting loud, they all know how. CTV got what we crave. Sports with ice, it's waves and waves. Tigers strike and Bengals roar. Every game we want some more. Tune it in and feel the thrill. Strawberry ice, he's giving chills. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. CTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry ice, he's on the mic, energy, it's good light.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, the Iceman, Jeff Trunipole. And as always, I bring you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio, live from the Ice Cave in snowy Cincinnati, which we got more coming. But, you know, it's January. It's supposed to snow. All right, so update. I put it out there that Mike Petraglia is going to be on the show. I'm not sure if he's coming on the show or not. So for everybody waiting for him, hopefully he'll join. He's got a link. We'll see. He's a busy guy. So I'm not sure if he's going to join or not. But I do have, a legend. And I mean a legend in the podcasting community. And he has to turn his camera on to actually be introduced because it looks weird when I introduce him. And there you go. He says 1 minute. Okay. Well, the legend has to wait a minute. All right. So we'll wait till we get to the legend here. We got the college football playoffs tonight. We got Notre Dame and Penn State, and tomorrow night's Ohio State and Texas. Everybody who's worried about, or not worried, wanting Robert Saleh as the Bengals defense coordinator. He did interview for a defense coordinator job. It was the 49ers job. And my personal opinion, if he's going, because all the other jobs he's interviewed for are head coaching job, if he's going to go back to being a DC, it's going to be with the 49ers. I don't think he wants to be a defense coordinator for anybody else other than the team he was formerly with. Just my opinion. No new news on the Bengals as far as interviews for offensive line coach or any more defensive coordinators. I like Patrick Graham. Out of the two that we've had join or at least get interviewed, he's the one that I like so far. Now, we're going to get some more. We'll see what happens. But out of the two, those are the two that I like. So just curious. On the Reds front, I know Carrie here has blown it up about the Reds, and that's a lot to read. And I tried to read a lot of it. But what's up, Tony Blazin? Hopefully Lux is a good player for us. Sometimes people are upset that we're getting the Dodgers leftovers. But sometimes one man's trash is another man's treasure. Hopefully he can hit. He's supposed to be able to rake in GABP. We'll find out. Matty Batts has said, I said last night on Red Hot Stove League, that he plans on playing multiple positions. Second base, shortstop, third base, center field. So we'll see what's going to happen here. There's still a chance that the Reds can make a trade for a power-hitting outfielder. We'll find out. But he is ready. And I'll get back to my introduction before. This man is a legend. And I mean a legend in podcasting history. He has had some of the greatest takes. He's an awesome, awesome draft guide. And if you guys do not get his draft guide, you don't know what you're missing. He goes to Project Game Day. He is none other than my former seat neighbor, Dale Altman. What's up, legend?
That was a great introduction, but it was like way overhyped. Like, it's just me. I was literally on here yesterday. Like, but thanks, I guess. Like, I'm looking around for who you're talking about. I'm like, oh, Trax did show up.
No, I'm talking about the legend, Dale Altman, the pimp right there. Like he's got his pimp suit on and everything.
It's a warm jacket, man. It's
Dude,
a warm jacket.
It's cold. It's a little chilly down here in the ice cave. I mean, I got nice new windows from Meyer Windows and Doors, but it's a little chilly. I mean, we need.
I'm in my garage, and it's way cold.
Yeah, I'm sure you're way colder than I am.
Gloves, you gotta glove it up.
Glove love, baby, glove love. All right, so we got the college football playoffs tonight. Your Ohio State Buckeyes are playing tomorrow night. We got Notre Dame and Penn State tonight. My feeling going into this, I think it's going to be a good game. I'm leaning more toward Notre Dame as far as pulling this out, but I could see Penn State. I mean, Franklin, I think, needs this win for his, aura, for his not aura. What am I saying? To keep his job, to
reputation, really, like not being
Thank
like a big game coach. And yes, he's won a couple here in the playoffs, but yeah, I mean, I think that's a fair point. Marcus Freeman, though, is a hell of an up and coming coach.
Yes,
you guys missed him at UC.
Yeah, just a little bit.
And he played for the Buckeyes. He's a linebacker for the Buckeyes. So we have that connection. And man, and the women think he's very.
I was just saying, and he's a good looking dude too. I mean,
he's got like 18 kids.
Yeah, well, he probably just points at her and is. She's
pregnant. Yeah,
got that magnet.
He could probably point at my wife, and she's pregnant, and she has her tubes tied. So
bow. But. Yeah, I mean, how do you feel about the college football playoffs, the way they've done? The first round, there are a lot of blowouts, which to me is the first year you're doing it. What I think it means is teams like Arizona State, Boise State, people go, oh, well, I could go there, and we got a shot. This might boost those teams up as far as getting D1 first 5-star players. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that's true, but I think back to the point of like the first year of it, I think that's why some of these early matchups, especially the first round, were so lopsided. I think they got to look at the seeding. I don't think Arizona State should have had a bye. I don't think Boise State should have had a bye. I think they have to go back and say here's the top 4 teams. It's not just conference champions. Yes, that's great. That gets you in. Like Clemson was in, they won their conference. They didn't get a bye. You know what I'm saying? Those teams should have been playing on the first week. But maybe Texas got a bye. Maybe, the next couple teams that were below not getting the bye should have probably got the bye.
I got you, but if Ohio State beats Michigan, it doesn't. None of this.
Oh, that wasn't specifically about Ohio State.
Hey, the cat's down here again. She has gotten through my barrier again. Please don't knock that down. But I'll put it to you this way: the NFL is having the same thing with Detroit and Minnesota. You got a 14-win team that's playing in a wild card. I think that's the first time ever. So I get what you're saying, but to me, you got to put in. If you don't put an emphasis on winning your conference, then the regular season is even less.
Let's just say Ohio State did beat Michigan though, and then they went and beat Oregon in the Big Ten championship. That would have been Oregon's first loss at that point.
Right.
Oregon still should have had a bye. Honestly, they were number 1 almost.
Well, they would have won the. Well, no, they would have lost the Pac.
That's what I'm saying.
They would have won Pac-12.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think that they should just evaluate. These are the top 4 teams, and I think it probably would have been Oregon, who did win their conference, and then Georgia, who beat Texas, but that was a close game. And Texas, no, I think that was Texas' only loss was Georgia twice. But then Texas, I think, would have still probably got one of those, and maybe Penn State gets the other one,
Yeah.
And then it's seeded that way. Those 4 teams got buys, and then the other matchups might have been a little more competitive. I mean, maybe it's Tennessee versus Arizona State in the first round. That could have been a fun matchup,
Right. I mean, you're not going to be able to fix it so there's no blowouts. I mean, look at the NCAA March Madness. I mean, you still got blowouts in there, and the thing, it's the first year, so you got to let it play. But I would let it play out at least another year, maybe 2, just before you make any more changes. Let's just see how it plays out next year. Because I mean, to me, you can't take the first year and go, oh, okay, well, it's always gonna be like this. Well, it might not. You could have teams that, like I said, once they get these kids realize that they have an opportunity to go to the college football playoffs, and please don't eat that. Go to the college football playoffs and make some noise. Get down. Hold on a second. I got to squirt. Go to college football. Get out. Down. Get down.
I think it would have helped if Clemson was better. Like if Clemson was better this year in their conference and they won their conference being, better than what they were this year, then they beat SMU who, still got in.
The ACC in general sucked.
And that's why I'm saying I would almost take the top 4 teams because I think some of those conferences suck. Like because you won your conference championship with 3 losses, 3 or 4 losses, you get a bye. No, I don't think
that's the one problem I have in all the. I hate to say it. You have 2 conferences. The 2 best conferences is SEC and Big Ten. All the big schools seem like are in those ones. Then they got the ACC and Big 12 that are tier lower. That's where I'm hoping, as a Big 12 fan, that the talent will spread out a little bit more. It's kind of what I can see happening.
I don't know, man, because the NIL makes it very hard right now until they start. They almost have to put a salary cap on it. I think coming up because like Oregon and Ohio State does too. I'm a Ohio State fan. I'm not saying they didn't. But, everybody talks about Ohio State spending $20 million. Oregon actually spends more, and so did Texas in NIL last year. And this year it's going to be the same way. Oregon is cleaning up in the transfer portal because Uncle Phil Knight that owns Nike is wanting a national title before he's no longer on this planet. So he is really pumping in resources and money, knowing that he can right now to build his team up. So he's going to continue to put a lot of money in. I just think – but regardless of that could make the talent still to where it's like the top dogs have an advantage. But either way, back to the Notre Dame Penn State. If we want to talk about that one a little bit, I'm a coin flip on this one. I've been pretty good on where I think the games are going to play out. The only one that I honestly thought, okay, I don't know where this one's going to go was Oregon and Ohio State, just because of how good Oregon was. That kind of shocked me. That
I was shocked Ohio State blew their
beat
doors
them
off.
that.
I did not see that happen.
Didn't see that coming. And I feel like this one's going to be a hell of a defensive battle. Drew Aller's a very good quarterback, but he can be inconsistent. I love Penn State's run game. Notre Dame has a pretty good run game. I'm not a Riley Leonard fan for Notre Dame at quarterback. I think Aller is much better than him. But what Notre Dame has is fantastic special teams and fantastic defense.
Yes. And
Penn State has a great defense too, assuming Abdul Carter's playing, but Zane Durant, a lot of those players on that defensive side of the ball, Danny Dennis Sutton. I mean, they are stacked on defense. So is Notre Dame. There's a lot of fun prospects if you're a draft person to watch in this. Howard Cross III, Jack Kaiser, Xavier Watts for Notre Dame. R.J. Oben's another guy. Riley Mills is hurt. Benjamin Morrison's hurt for them. 2 guys that won't be playing on that side. But Jalen Reed, Abdul Carter, Zane Durant, guys we mentioned. So a lot of fun prospects in that matchup. But I can see it being like a little bit of a grinded-out game between Notre Dame and Penn State. So I could see I could honestly see the final score like 21-17, 17-14, either way, honestly. But if put me on the spot and I got to pick one, I'm going to lean slightly Notre Dame over Penn State, 21-17.
Yeah, I'm leaning Notre Dame too. But like I said, I think it's going to be a close game because neither one of these teams, like you just said, are big offensive juggernauts. They're more defense. Now, I do love, I don't know the kid's name, but the tight end out of Penn State.
Tyler Warren, man. That's my tight end one. Dude, I love Tyler Warren.
He's a dude. He is a dude, man. I mean,
6'6", 260, can block his ass off, can make play. You can put him in the backfield. He can throw passes. He can run the ball.
There's, I mean, if the Bengals we need a tight end, but if that was the only thing we needed, I'd be like, trade him to go get that dude.
If he's on the board at 17, he could be best player available. I think he would be in that range, but I don't want to go that route.
No, I want edge.
With the other needs, I want pressure, whether that's D tackle, edge, and then I would be okay with like a guard for the Bengals wise. But yeah, I think it's going to be a fun matchup tonight. And the running game for Penn State's been really good because it's not just Nicholas Singleton; it's also Katron Allen. That is one of the best 1-2 punches. Honestly, I think Travion Henderson and Judkins is very good, and maybe they have better NFL careers. But I think for this season, for college and the way the Penn State line is very good, Penn State has the best running back tandem in the country with those 2 guys, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're very good.
If they win, they're going to lean on that.
Yeah, and Notre Dame, I like you said before, I like Notre Dame's defense, and they were hitting. I mean, they were hitting Georgia. I haven't seen Georgia get hit like that in a while, because usually Georgia's the big bad,
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah,
And
they're bullying teams. And,
Yeah, and Notre Dame bullied them, and that was because Notre Dame is historically in the college football playoffs not done good. They've gotten bullied around and pushed around, and they did not. And that was an eye opener for me as far as Notre Dame goes.
Yeah, shout out Jennifer. She went to Penn State, so she's
Yeah.
probably hating that we're leaning Notre Dame. But I
Yeah.
think you guys have a hell of a chance to win this one, Jennifer.
Yeah.
Because Andrew Aller, like, I think if he comes out in this draft, he's got an argument to be the best quarterback in this draft class. He said he's probably returning to school, but if they win this game, and if they win this game, and whether or not they win the title or not, at that point they're in the title game. There is no reason Drew Aller in this weak quarterback class shouldn't go get his money. As a Penn State fan, I'd want him to stay another season because, he's the guy who I'm not saying he's Josh Allen, but he has the size of Josh Allen. He has the arm talent of Josh Allen. He can run a little bit. I don't think he's as good a runner as Josh Allen, but Drew Aller is that dude that, like, give me this ball of clay as a coach, and I would like to have him more than Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward probably for upside-wise.
Where are you at on Shedeur Sanders? Do you think his I know Joe, who's on here on Tuesdays and Fridays, is not a Shedeur Sanders fan. He does not think he's going to be an elite quarterback.
Man, I don't know. I struggle with that one. I have Cam Ward over him, and right now Drew Aller's not in the rankings, but Drew would be in my top 3 to put Shedeur and Cam, and then I really got to figure out what I want that order. But right now I've got Cam over Shedeur. It is a very weak class. Carson Beck is in the transfer portal now from Georgia, which he should have been because he had a terrible season. He needs to rebuild his stock. He's probably going to go to Miami, Florida, is what it sounds like Cam Ward did last year and built his up. But Shedeur specifically, I go back and forth. His dad's been his coach. I don't think he's I want my quarterback to be a leader of men.
Yeah.
And I worry that he's not a leader of men. He's got too much diva in him to rally everyone around him. If things don't go right, he's going to blame the O-line. He's never going to put the blame on himself. And we see that Joe Burrow and other great quarterbacks, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, they put the blame on themselves first, no matter if it wasn't their fault or not. Right. They're always going to take some of the blame. And that worries me about Shedeur. Now, I do think there's some good talent there. I don't think he has an elite arm, but he's got a good arm.
And Joe Burrow has proven you don't need that. You've got to be
Mel Kiper says his compare, and he doesn't compare him directly to Joe. He doesn't think he's as good as Joe, but he said that's what he can do with his pocket awareness and the way he can move around in the pocket to make plays, because he played behind a bad O-line, especially last year at Colorado, and seen him make plays behind a bad line, kind of like Joe. So I'm not trying to shit on Mel Kiper because I hate when somebody compares somebody to a Joe Burrow, but it's
what if we compare you to Mel Kiper? Because I think you're just as good as Mel Kiper. You like that comparison?
No. Mel gets paid a lot of money for a reason, and I just
Mel's the reason.
Bengals and Cruise and drink Miller Lights and come on with you.
Mel's the godfather for the draft. He's the reason we have all this draft talk. Anyway.
But I don't see I don't know Shedeur though. I could see him being good. I could see him going to a good situation and being a good player. But if things doesn't go right early for him, I could see it going downhill real bad, real quick. With the diva tendencies, his dad already talking about wanting him in certain places. I just think that thanks,
get him all discombobulated now.
Thanks for lying. But
hey, I got a question for you. All right, Ewers for Texas. Do you think, because I think he should transfer? I don't think he should come out yet. I know he had a good thing because he had an okay year, not a great year. He can go somewhere else and get some big money, NIL money, and I think Texas wants Arch in. I think Arch is, in my opinion, and I am no Dale Altman or anything, but I think Arch is the better QB prospect.
Yeah, Ewers will not be the quarterback at Texas next year. He can enter the draft. He could have entered the draft last year and came back. What's up, Matty? Love you, brother. Got the old jackpot. Joey, right there, baby.
Yeah, that's right.
Also, for Matty, Matty gave me a flag before, and that hangs in my classroom at work.
It
I haven't
does.
got to see it in like 3 weeks. We're off again tomorrow with this foot of snow down here.
Oh yeah, you're
But
always
I'm letting these kids know about the
dude,
jackpot Joey.
You are always on vacation, man. It must be nice to always be on
It's
vacation.
not. I hate it. I'm a person that like I don't.
Well, you're
want
always
to be
giving me
home.
shit saying I'm always on vacation. Like, hey, you have worked 3 weeks.
But I'm
man.
not on an actual vacation. I'm stuck in my house in a foot of snow with 2 kids, 27 cats, 3 dogs. Like, there's nothing fun about this. I'm down here podcasting in a garage when it's 10 degrees outside.
Oh, goodness. Brad Montgomery, I hope you're wrong. He said Chiefs are 3-peat coming. We'll see. I hope you're wrong.
Yeah, I hope you're wrong too, but it wouldn't surprise me.
It wouldn't surprise me. Now, what I did finally get to see Travis Kelce said, "Oh, well, I ain't scared of them. I play them in a Walmart parking lot." I'm like, "Of course you'd say that. We didn't make the playoffs." Which, I mean, I don't think they're scared of us. I don't.
No.
I really don't. I mean, we're not scared of them. I'm not scared to play them. Again, if the Bengals made the playoffs, I'm not scared to play anybody. I think we could have made some noise the way we're playing at the end of the year.
No, Brad, you didn't have to bring that up. We know we haven't
Thanks,
won a
Brad.
Super Bowl, Brad.
God, we know.
I just need one. That's what I say.
I watched
you're-
them lose
I'm
3 times. I know.
I'm assuming Brad's a Chiefs fan. Listen, it's great. You might get 3 of them in a row. I just need one, man. Just
We have one. Just one. I'm almost 50. I watched them lose 3 times. It's very annoying, very frustrating. But thanks for bringing that up, Brad. Where were we at? Brad got me all.
I don't know,
got
man.
me all
It's Brad.
Brad just came in and just
frazzled with the.
blew it all up, you know. Oh, I know. Yeah, talking about Travis Kelce. Yeah. I don't like I said. I don't think he's not scared. I know.
Why would they be scared?
No, I mean, they beat us last 3 times, 2 times now. 3 times. They beat us 3 in a row now, right? Yeah, 'cause they beat us this year. So yeah. They beat us last 3 times.
Well,
so.
did they beat us, or did that bad call by that referee beat us? I mean, we could argue that.
What did you say, Brad? You guys are smart as shit doing a podcast that uses viewers.
I don't know.
Thanks. I'm not sure what you mean by that. I don't know if that was a compliment or an insult.
Yeah. Either way, thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Like, dude, it's funny. Some Chiefs fans are assholes, but most of them are nice. I mean, I've actually
for sure.
There's some that will talk shit on Twitter, but then we'll DM each other.
We
like,
got
hey,
the same in our fan
cool.
base, man.
Right, yeah.
We got
Like,
the
we're cool.
same assholes in our fan base that just look to talk shit for no reason.
I like to talk shit, but it's fun. I just like screw with people.
I like Joe and Jeff. Close your ears, because I know how you feel about Joe Montana and the 49ers.
Oh my God!
That was before my time.
Ah.
But I like Joe Montana. My sister liked Joe Montana, and I remember when he went to the Chiefs, liking the Chiefs to because they made it to the Super Bowl, right? Didn't they lose to the Packers? Or was it the Packers Chiefs? Joe Montana when he was on the Chiefs.
Did
they make it to the Super Bowl?
No.
No, that it was.
No, he played there, I think, 2 years.
I know. I thought I feel like they were in a playoff game, like a big.
They probably were. I mean, dude, this is '93. I don't remember. A long time ago.
But I was rooting for him on the Chiefs when they were in the playoffs that year.
Oh, here you go. He says, it was a compliment. He said, Bob Levy does the same thing. You talk to your viewers, which people love. Well, that's the whole point. I mean, look, if I'm just sitting there talking to myself, I'm like, no, but I mean, I'm just
I am worthless as a guest.
I'm just an idiot in my basement. So of course I'm going to talk to the viewers. So, what are you saying now?
Yeah, interactive stream. Yeah,
in the future. Yeah. Well, I mean, we've done actually, Brad. I can send you a link. I've actually sent links to people.
We send links
come on the
put
show.
people on here to give their opinion, man.
If you want, actually, why don't we do? We haven't done that.
Let's do it.
Let's do that. Let's do it here. Let me see. I've done.
Yeah, we've done that a couple times in post game shows lately. You know, just put the links out there, and then you end up getting to talk to people that are teams of other fans of your team. It doesn't matter, man. It's fun to have people give their opinion. It can be on the playoffs. It can be on college football. It can be whatever you guys want to talk about, man. Yeah. The link's right there in the chat. Pop in. So you can be on camera, not on camera. Because you know what? What are we at? The 24-minute mark? It's time for me to pop my face off the camera.
There you go.
It's time to rip a heater. This heater break is brought to you by Meyer Door and Windows. I kind of ate. As the kids say, I kind of ate right there with that.
That was a good transition. It was nice and smooth. Right there. Oh.
We are pretty hot for overweight guys, Maddie. I'll take that as a compliment.
Thanks. But getting back to what I was saying about Travis, trying to get it back on the rails here. Yeah, I don't think they're scared, and like they should be scared of us. And the thing is, though, I love the rivalry. I want to get back in the playoffs. I want to play them again. I'm like, I have so much fun. I'm like, dude, when I went to the AFC Championship game in 2022, we lost. But dude, the Chiefs fans are so cool. And they're like, I was like, hey, we'll be back here next year. And if Joe, like, I thought we'd be back there, but we haven't the last few years. Joe got hurt, and then this year we lost too many damn games. We're going to get there again. And I can't wait. And just the first game of the year, dude, or that we played, it was the second game of the year. We played Kansas City. Or to come down to that one play, which, Brad, if you're watching, it wasn't pass interference. I'll just say it right now. And I'm still pissed. That's one of the games that pisses me off that we lost.
Yeah,
but,
I just wouldn't want that called either way. Like,
just don't call it.
In the playoffs, I don't want
that
called. You know, both guys are going for the ball.
Yeah, just don't call it. Just don't call it. So, but it's a fun rivalry, and I got I look, Brad, if you're still watching, I still call it Burrowhead, and Dale hates that, but I do it because I think it's fun.
I hate that.
And that is not the reason we lost the damn thing.
It is. It is.
No,
have not been able to beat them since you keep calling it that.
I'm going to keep calling
it that.
We got Dustin in the chat. What's up, Dustin?
What up? Sorry, Dale. I wasn't able to. I had an appointment move, so I was able to pop in here for a few minutes.
Oh, brother, you don't have to ever apologize to me.
What's good, boys?
I'm sorry, Dale. I apologize.
No, I asked Dustin if he wanted to do a show to preview the playoffs, and then, but he started a new job. Which shout out Dustin on his new job, killing it.
Thanks,
good job, Dustin. Good job. Proud of the new job there. And okay. Pork chop, now he's saying something to piss me off. Don't call Joe Burrow Joe Cool, because that's Joe Montana.
He knew how to trigger you.
No, you can call him anything you want. Just call him Shiesty, call him Burr, Jackpot, whatever. Don't call him Joe Cool. I hate that. So, Dustin, what's going on? What's your thoughts on college football playoffs? Or
Notre Dame Penn State tonight, right? That's the big one. Like, that's 7:30 on ESPN, which I don't want to promote ESPN or Fox Sports or any of them because it's a big sex fest, apparently, as we're finding out. But thoughts on the game, Dustin, of Notre Dame Penn State on whatever network it's on?
The whole Notre Dame team has the flu or whatever was coming out with that.
They do?
Yeah.
That's been out there today, but it said it's a lot of backups and special teams players or something. It's it's like you guys stay away from the starters. Like, what's going on?
That's the Brownback flu. They're out partying.
God, I didn't know that.
Then you had to report Drew Aller was on a yacht 3 hours before the game, which is also not true. It's not true.
Yeah. But it was funny. They tried to go after Cam Scatterbill. Like he was hungover, and he's like, "Dude, I don't even drink."
After they lost, he was at a right, or was it the day before? Whatever. He was out with out like with his family eating at a place, but he was up by the bar taking pictures or talking.
Who's this again?
Cam Scatterbill from Arizona State.
Okay, dude, I would love the Bengals to get that guy, but I don't know if that's gonna happen.
I think a lot of teams would, and I don't think the Bengals will take a guy day 2, and I think he's trending toward day 2.
Yeah, we're like we talked on the show yesterday. I think we're edge, and then it's either interior or guard in the next 2, depending on how the draft goes. That's what I think. All right, Alan here says, are you guys thinking under 45.5 points? Yeah, I'm thinking under. I'm done because I don't think they're both defenses are really good, and they don't have juggernaut offenses. You know, like the two college teams that had the best offenses was Ohio State and Oregon, and Texas has got a good one. But
now watch this game end up being a shootout just because we all expect. But I will say the Notre Dame Georgia game I thought would be a defensive struggle. Notre Dame just had that kickoff return and special teams plays that kind of got them the advantage. But it really was a defensive struggle. I think the same thing will happen tonight. How about you, Dustin?
Same. Yeah, I think both offenses leave a lot to be desired. I mean, Notre Dame in the past game, Drew Aller can make amazing throws, but he has no receivers that get separation. You know, he has Tyler Warren, but, when you only have one guy, it's a little easier. And then obviously Notre Dame has a top-notch secondary. So I think, it's going to be a slugfest. I feel like Penn State will win. I think it'll be a close game. I think
if Jennifer's still watching, she'll be happy. She's a Penn State alumni, and we both lean toward Notre Dame.
Right.
Yeah, right on. I think the turnover battle will matter too. As coach speak as that sounds, but turnovers in this kind of like tight games that are defensive struggles. If you get the ball like a turnover in your own side of the field, and people can convert that, then that's kind of how I see the game going. I mean, a lot of high end talent: Xavier Watts, Abdul Carter. I mean, definitely targets that the Bengals. I mean, Abdul will go way higher than 17, but it's gonna.
Yeah, he shouldn't make it out of the top 5. If Abdul Carter makes it out of the top 5, I'll be shocked. But Zane Durant too is if he declares at defensive tackle, he's an undersized guy, but he's fun.
I gotta read Brad's comment. It's funny. Sandusky was hanging out with the Fighting Irish. Come on! What are we doing here?
Hey,
the ghost of Jerry Sandusky. He's dead, right?
Yeah. Is he?
I
I
think
didn't
so.
know. Would he die in jail?
He probably dropped the soap.
He probably did. Now, Matty is not a Scatterboo fan. He said Scatterboo is fool's gold. I don't know. He played pretty damn good in a big game.
I just he's got great contact balance. He's a tough runner, but I just, man, to watch him versus Texas was a special performance as a receiver too, which he's good at. The touchdown pass he threw, I don't know. That was almost bad defensive play, but
it was a hell of a throw, dude.
Yeah,
I mean,
still, yeah, to
it
do
was a hell
that.
of a throw.
Yeah. And
I
he's
mean,
just a tough ass running back. I really
he
like
he was sick. He was wore the hell out, and if it wasn't for him, they wouldn't have been in that game. So,
he's done it at multiple levels because he was at Sacramento State to start with, and then he transferred to whatever we say about the Big 12 conference, but he was able to put up numbers there.
Hey, if he's round 5, I'll take him. If he makes it that far, I'll take him at round 5.
Yeah, and I think that would be for the Bengals. He'd have to fall to at least day 3, round 4, round 5.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think he is getting mocked in like the 4th and the 3rd in a lot of the mocks right now.
Oh, his stock is way up. Everybody I've seen, and I'm the same. Like I said, I was kind of late getting him in the draft guide, but I put him in there, and I put him 5th, 6th round kind of guy. And there's no way he's not going to be day 2 when I finalize everything.
You know what's funny? Because I actually went, one of the UC games I went to was against Arizona State, and I didn't.
They played decent. Yeah, that was one of his worst games, right? They held him in check.
He didn't do nothing. I mean, we should have won that game. That was the one we freaking lost that we should have won. We had a lot of games that UC should have won that they didn't. Hey, Dale, Cripps got a message for you. He said, "Where's that? Once you turn your heater down, he can't hear you." Oh, there it is.
Yeah, my heater on the floor that's this big. That's not well insulated garage down here. In 10-degree weather, it's fun, man.
Brad says Sanders going anywhere. Is Sanders going to wherever you tell Sonder to go?
Shador. Yeah.
Shador, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, like if and I could take that even 2 ways, Brad. Like, will he go where Dion wants him to go? Maybe, but I don't think he's good enough to do that. Like Eli Manning really wasn't good enough to do that, but
that was just because he was,
and he
Manning.
won 2 Super Bowls, so gotta give him the credit.
I mean, I'm wondering. So there is some talk about Dion coaching the Raiders.
Coaching, yeah, that's what I was going to say. The other part of that. He said he would go to the NFL to coach his sons. Well, your son's probably Shiloh's a fringe draftable player in my eyes. The safety prospect, his other son.
Yeah.
No, I think he thinks, or like he almost claims Travis Hunter as his son too.
Travis Hunter is a dog, dude. I think he's.
What if he goes to Cleveland with pick 2?
Well, there's a very, very good chance of that. Now, question for you guys: do you think he will play both sides of the ball as much as he did in college? I don't think he can.
No, not as much. But I think you'd be dumb not to play him.
But he would be a starting cornerback.
That's where I would start him. Now he might say, "Let me be a receiver because of the money."
Right.
Like,
well, of course
receivers are going to typically get the money, but I've also seen that he likes playing corner, and I think he could be a Pro Bowl corner.
Oh yeah.
I don't know that I don't think he's a Jamar Chase at wide receiver, a Justin Jefferson at wide receiver. I don't think he's that talent level as a wide receiver. I think he could be a top corner in the league. That's
I think he could possibly be a shutdown number 1 corner is what I think from what I've seen. And punt returner. I mean, you put him back there, he could be. I mean, Dion is coached him up. He could be. I'm never gonna say he could be another Deion Sanders, but he could be close to that.
And I
think
would
he's got
certainly
talent.
give him snaps at wide receiver.
Yeah.
I would have him as a full-time corner, but I'd be
That's a
like,
good
hey, we got
comparison.
a package of plays. We got a couple series that you're going to be wide receiver. And if you're in the playoffs, maybe you bump up how much you're playing him at receiver, depending on the matchup and the other guys you have. But you can't go in and be like, he's our number one receiver and our number one corner.
You can't.
You can't do that in the NFL.
You're playing against men. I mean, the NFL, you're playing against men and professionals. They ain't gonna let you do that. So, I just don't see him doing both all the time. I mean, I think it's amazing what he's done.
Yeah.
I mean, he's played more snaps than I would love to know the numbers on how many snaps he's actually played the last 2 years and how that compares to anybody ever in college football. I mean, I know way back in the day they played both sides of the ball. That was normal back then. But 20th century, 21st century football. I wonder.
Well, I always even go back and this is being a homer crypt keeper. If you're still on here, Ohio State, Chris Gamble, he was a very good corner.
Yes.
And he played quite a bit of snaps at wide receiver as well for Ohio State, and he was electric on both sides of the ball.
And a punt returner too.
But he wasn't near playing as much as what Travis Hunter did, or at the level that Travis Hunter. And that was a guy I wanted the Bengals to take. I think they took Chris Perry that year. They could have had Steven Jackson. They traded down. They took Chris Perry, but they also could have had Chris Gamble.
Either one of those would be better. Chris Perry.
He had a good career as a corner.
Oh, Chris Gamble as a NFL. He's so under the radar as a player.
He got drafted by Carolina, right?
Yeah. He played there like 10, 12 years too. And but he was always so low key. And he doesn't even come back to, because Ohio State did the 20-year national championship thing. And he doesn't like any attention at all. He didn't even come back for that. Oh, Chris Perry. Oh, man.
And injuries, honestly, he was flashing in that 2005 season and stuff as a compliment to Rudy Johnson.
But that was the only season though. That was it.
I know.
You guys remember? I think this is the running back was before him. Remember Jeremy Irons? They drafted him out of Auburn.
Kenny Irons.
Yeah.
Kenny Irons. Yeah.
Kenny
Jeremy Irons. Isn't
yeah.
that a famous actor?
Maybe Kenny Irons is what I meant. But he tore his knee up. But I remember watching him in a college
Second-round pick out of Auburn.
Yeah. Well, I remember him at Auburn. It might have been a Thursday night game on ESPN or something. He looked at the camera and said, "I'm gonna go for 250," and he damn near did do it.
Same year we took Leon Hall. I remember going to training camp in Georgetown. That was our first two picks.
Robbie Anderson.
I think I got both their autographs. Shout out me.
Yeah, where they at now?
Robbie Anderson from Oklahoma.
They were on a hat that I just wore all the time, and it just disintegrated.
Wow, you really cared about those autographs you got there, Dale.
I mean, come on.
Alex says Kenny was a second-round pick, which I don't remember.
He was. Leon Hall was the first. Kenny Irons was our second.
There you go.
Remember Robbie Anderson from Oklahoma?
Yeah, that we got in the 6th round.
Yeah, he had that spin move. He had a
good preseason.
In the preseason, he
was
had
a preseason legend.
Yeah.
That was
We
him.
had a lot of those.
We had a lot of those.
But I feel like he's a player if he would have stayed healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about Ohio State and Texas tomorrow night. I'll be talking about tomorrow night. We're gonna be at millions. Well, hopefully we'll be at millions. It doesn't snow like crazy here, and I can make it there. But Dale, you are the Ohio State fan. People give me
Dustin
shit.
is too. Dustin went to Ohio State.
Yeah, I'm an Ohio State fan too, but I'm a UC all the way. I do root for Ohio State, but OHIO. What's your thoughts? I mean, for me, Ohio State's got to get out to a good start like they did last week, at last game, and make Texas chase them. But I think Texas got a shot at beating them. But I think it's gonna be Ohio State. Go ahead, Dale. What do you think?
It's tough. Just how I felt against Oregon. I think now Ohio State, are you buying your own hype too much? That scares the hell out of me because after the loss to Michigan, everybody is Ryan Day.
Fire Ryan Day.
F everybody.
All right, question real quick. Forget if he loses, do you still think Ryan Day gets fired? I still think he might.
I don't know that he was getting fired either way because of his contract, and they've come out and really hyped him. Maybe he would take a job somewhere else. I don't know, but he takes a NFL offensive coordinator job somewhere, and that's a step down though. That would be kind of telling. Hey, we're letting you do this if you want to, and maybe he'd want to be out. But no, I think he's in even if they lose, unless it's some ugly loss and you tried to run the ball up the middle like you did against Michigan instead of throwing to an absolute phenom,
Dude.
Jeremiah Smith.
Jeremiah Smith he's
And
a
Emeka
freshman.
Ibuka is going to go in the first round as
Yeah,
a
but
wide receiver too.
Jeremiah Smith is a freshman.
Yeah, true freshman.
Yeah, I mean he can play in the league now.
Well, a lot of draft guys, like national media guys, said he'd be the number one pick.
He might be. I mean, he is.
Like if he was in this draft.
And why? Again, back to Michigan. Why you don't throw the ball to him? I have no idea. Because Michigan could not cover him. Anyway, all right, go back. Ohio State, Texas.
Like you want a prediction? Because
just your thoughts on the game itself.
I think Quinn Ewers, how he plays, right? Because he's been hurt. He was hurt last year. It was like, but then he had a good playoff run. He got hurt a lot this year and struggled quite a bit. That's why people think he should go back. But he could put a stamp on everything by beating this Ohio State team. Because if they beat Ohio State, I think they'll go on to win the national title. And then he should go in this draft because he could find his way in the first round pretty easily in a weak quarterback class.
Here's
I
a hot
think
take
it
for
comes
you.
down
This
to him.
is a hot take here. Notre Dame, Penn State, Ohio State, or Texas are going to win the national championship. That's my hot take.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first.
Well, I do think there's something about what you said about if Ohio State gets off to that fast start and Quinn Ewers feels like he's got to catch up. Like if Ohio State gets up 14, whether that's 17-3, 21-7, at some point, in the second quarter, and that's the score where it's a 14-point game, Quinn Ewers is throwing a lot of interceptions. He might be pressing. It might. And they have a good running game overall for the season, but we've seen Arizona State's defense shut that run game down. And if you can make them one-dimensional, easy for you to say, then they start struggling a little bit, And Texas has been known to start out fast, score early, get up by 7, and then just bog down during the second quarters for whatever reason, and then find a way to win in the fourth.
I was saying these two are the best two offenses left in college football. I think they're better offense than
as pure offenses,
yes.
And Isaiah Bond, man, he's a guy who had a lot of hype, wide receiver, and he has not played well, but he might still go to the draft because he might run a 4.2. And you can never he could have a special game like Evan Stewart did, who's going back to Oregon the first time Oregon played Ohio State. He was just dominating, looking like the first round pick a lot of people projected him to be going into the season. I think Isaiah Bond has that talent, that speed, that everything, but he should probably go back to school.
Crip's talking shit to you.
The other wide receiver, though, that's been fantastic, transfer from Houston, Matthew Golden.
He's ignoring you, Crip. He's ignoring you.
Matthew Golden's a dude.
He's a dude.
Gunnar Helm at tight end. And then I have all 5 guys in the draft guide. All 5 offensive linemen are in the draft guide. Colin Simmons, the defensive freshman of the year.
So the Bengals should draft all of them, right?
Well, they're in the draft guide. Some of them will have draft decisions. Cameron Williams had been out the last game or two with a knee injury. I seen earlier he's supposed to play at right tackle, and he could be a first-round pick. Left tackle, Kelvin Banks, who may play guard in the NFL, may play tackle. I would keep him at tackle. He plays left tackle for Texas at a pretty damn good level. Elite pass blocker. He's a guy who's probably going top 15 without a doubt. I think he definitely comes out, but a lot of those guys have eligibility. They got center Jake Majors. They got left guard Hayden Connor. They got right guard DJ Campbell. All 5 of those guys are NFL players, whether they come out this year or next year. They're all 5 NFL draft picks.
It's pretty good.
That is pretty good. And that defense is really good. That secondary is really good. Jadal Barron won the Thorpe Award. That's a guy, that matchup. And are they going to play him on Jeremiah Smith, or are they going to double Jeremiah Smith and play Barron on Emeka Ibuka one-on-one all game? They got 2 good safeties with Andrew McCaba, with what's the other kid? Michael Taft, which he probably won't come out till next year. Malik Muhammad's their corner 2. He's a next year guy that people will be keeping an eye on. There is a ton of NFL talent. Anthony Hill at linebacker for them. He won't be in this draft class because he's only a true sophomore. He is an incredible player. He's my top linebacker for 2026. Yes, I have a sickness when it comes to the draft.
and
I talk about this.
And you can get a copy of his draft guide by donating $5 to Project Game Day.
Yeah, you can go to @BengalsBrews, and all that link is pinned to the profile. The where to donate on Venmo, $5 donation. Then you shoot me a DM. And this is not just for Bengals. This is for if you're an NFL draft fan for any team. I will send you this. It's 370 fucking pages, and I'm going to update it between now and when the draft is. So you will get updates for a one-time donation, minimum $5. That's all I ask. It's for charity.
Maddie says, and Maddie's an expert here, Bengals draft, O-line, D-line, O-line, D-line, O-line, safety. Nothing. That's it. That's all they want to draft.
Sounds good.
Speaking of which, has there been no rumors on the O-line coaching front?
I haven't heard nothing.
I haven't seen any.
I haven't heard any. Which
I still hope it's that guy Scott Fuchs.
Yeah.
But Dustin, I find that a little surprising, and that we haven't had any other defense coordinator come in, mention
slowed
anything.
down too.
Yeah, I mean, we're out the bat. I was like, bam, bam, these two guys, and then nothing. We're at Thursday, and I haven't heard anything yet. So I do find that kind of surprising. I mean, I do think that they need to get this done all by the end of next week, and I'll be shocked if it goes past that. What's your thoughts?
Agree. Yeah, I agree. Like I mean, you said it before. Like they're heavily involved in scouting.
Mm-hmm.
We need to get them and establish what our philosophy is.
Yeah.
On defense and how we're going to scheme up, like and align it with our current offense on the O-line, what their ideas are. Yeah, the coaching search has just been weird because it's like you have Chicago interviewing everybody for their head coaching job, and then you got high-end potential defensive coordinators, but they probably, and Dale's mentioned it, but they'll probably just rather take the head coaching job than come back to be a D coordinator.
Hold on, Brad. Hold on. Orlando Brown, before he got hurt, was on an All-Pro season this year. I'm still glad we got Orlando Brown.
Well, and for the Chiefs, like you guys would be even better than what you already are. If you had
a lot
Orlando
better.
Brown. You've had a turnstile.
Your
at left
tackles
tackle.
suck.
And honestly, the best one you guys have has had to fill in from guard, a guy I wish we could have got in Joe Tooney.
Yeah, which to watch Joe Tooney move out there and play left tackle was freaking ridiculous, dude.
He's a stud.
Hey, that hats off to him. That was unbelievable to Joe Tooney and unbelievable to their O-line coach to coach him up to be able to do it. I mean, but yeah, I still think it's funny that Chiefs fan dog us for getting Orlando Brown. Orlando Brown, our tackles are fine. Our center is fine. It's our guards. That's our problem.
Our guards are awful.
Our guards are ass. That's where we need to fix it.
I hope Mims could be a little more healthier next year. You got kind of
well, that was the only hesitation for me when he's coming out in the draft. He had played 800 college snaps. He played almost that for the Bengals this season alone. His entire career in college, he only played that many. That is frightening. It's the same thing with Eric Gall. I had him around lower than we took him, not because of talent, because of the injury history. And he tore the same ACL he tore last year, and he had a back surgery too. You have to take everything into account. You really do.
Yep.
Yeah, Tooney. Yeah, I agree with you, Brad. Tooney is awesome. But Orlando Brown, and the thing with him is he never missed a game until last year, and this year, of course, we signed him. He starts getting hurt.
But he came back and played those last couple games that we got
great.
wins against. Finally got wins against teams with winning records, and he played great with a broken leg.
Yeah.
So I have nothing but love for Orlando Brown. Yeah. Also, a great guy who's been a guest on at Bengals and Brews.
Yes, he has. I'm very jealous of that one still because I've talked to Orlando 3 times, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna come on your show." Nothing. Orlando, where you at, man? But Orlando's an awesome.
He is awesome, man. He's
so
funny
cool,
too. Like he was funny with the Chiefs. That was one thing I liked him with the Chiefs too. The locker room stuff, and they do some of it here too with the Bengals. He's a funny dude. He's a good dude. The stuff he tries to raise awareness for he's our Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee.
Yep.
So
yep.
Good dude.
Michael Madden, and I don't think I don't know about this, but I don't think he can. I ask your opinion there, Dale, and Dusty, you do this too. Any chance Matt Lee moves to guard? I think he's a pure center. I know he came in as an extra lineman, but I don't think he has the footwork to move to guard. What do you got, Dale?
Yeah, I definitely think he can. I mean, he was playing our extra tackle. And he's just a very good pass blocker. And what do we do the most? We pass the ball. If he hasn't been repping at guard, it would be so disappointing. So next year, he 100% should be coming in, no matter what free agency and draft happens, competing for a starting spot at guard. I know people say, move Ted back to guard. Ted wants to stay at center. Ted has played good at center. Ted
See, that's the thing for me is
best
if you're
season
move
as
somebody,
a pass blocker at center.
I mean, for me, if you're going to move somebody, I would move Ted to guard just because he's played guard before at NFL level. Matt has played center. He's a center. He's drafted as a center. He did play guard this year, but that's what I would do. But
I agree, Alan, but that Lee is short. But guess what? Sometimes that helps as a guard. Dustin, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but there's a lot of guys that are 6'3", 6'4". This fatuation, which I am curious to see if it continues now that Frank Pollock will no longer be the O-line coach. It is almost a downfall for a guy like Cordell Volson to be 6'7" playing guard, in my opinion. I want a guy that's 6'4", 6'3", 6'5".
how tall is Zeitler? Do you know offhand?
I don't. If I had to guess, 6'4", 6'5". I don't think he's.
I don't think he's a big guy.
Well, I think you want your tall guys on the tackles because if they get their hands on these speed rushers, they can just push them out of the pocket with their reach. Yeah,
and if they beat them, they got the reach to just push them away just a little to give the quarterback time to step up and make a play.
Ken here is. I'll ask your opinion on this, Dale. Number one on the radar should be Wyatt Millum. There you go.
Out of West Virginia. He had an incredible season per PFF as an offensive tackle. I still have him ranked as a tackle, something he could slide into guard. I think he is like 6'6". I don't know. Like, he wouldn't be he's not my top guy. I like Will Campbell at O-line and then Kelvin Banks, but maybe at pick 17, maybe he's in consideration. I wouldn't be opposed. Zeitler's 6'4", Allen says.
Yeah. Either way, for what you were talking about yesterday, they're at 17. There's going to be somebody there at edge, interior line, or guard that we could take. And you think? Watch out? I'm not going to put words in your mouth. Do you think they will be a plug and play person that at 17 that somebody will be there that either edge, interior line, or guard that they will be a plug and play for the Bengals next year?
As long as you're willing to play them, like we talk about edge and D-line.
Yeah. That's what hopefully their D coordinator, offense coordinator do.
Edge and interior D-line is one of the highest rotated positions, as it should be. You want to keep the guys fresh on there. It's just how it is league-wide. The best teams rotate their guys, some of them on a 50-50 snap basis if you got enough good players. So plug and play for me, if it's an edge or a D-line, I want a guy that can give me 50% of the snaps, at least.
Yes. And the guard they're playing every snap. They don't come
right. O-line plays every snap. But Dustin, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean the builds on the guards. You're so accurate with that. Like you need more leverage in there. With Wyatt, I think he's a guy that's going to definitely. He's got a tall frame, but he's kind of
he's athletic.
I think he hasn't had to have a lot of match. His anchor worries me. From what I've seen on him, somebody did a draft profile on him. I forget where I was watching it last week. His anchoring skills, and that always worries me about tackles because that was always Jonah's thing. He was always getting blown back, but. Yeah, so that's kind of like.
But you put those guys at guard, they're still getting blown back.
Yeah, Volson got blown back a couple of times on Saturday night. He's
a mess.
All right,
I saw him and Chris Jenkins more on the ground more than a kid running in a recess this year. It's
we touched on this yesterday. Me and Dale did, but Brad, any thoughts on trading your number 1 or 2 Pro Bowler like KC did, Tyreek, and then winning a couple more chips? I think he's referring to T. Higgins. I'm not against that.
You couldn't get that for T right now on the franchise.
That's the problem.
You'd be getting maybe a second, but that would be pushing it. A third, probably.
I think we're all in agreement that we'd rather sign T than trade him, but I'm not willing to just let him walk. If you're not going to sign him, then you got to tag him and trade him and get something for him.
Yeah, get something like Kansas City did with the corner that they sent to Tennessee, and he didn't have a very good season with Tennessee, but they got something for him, and they didn't have to wait. They didn't have to wait till the following year because, like I said, we got too many holes on this team because you only get the comp pick if you don't sign somebody of a similar caliber on the market at another position.
Now, I got a question. I just saw this. What if, say, because we said this yesterday, I want them to get T and Jamar and Trey signed, sealed, delivered before free agency. I will be shocked if it happens. But can the Bengals tag T and they still can negotiate with him, but that would keep him from being a free agent, and they could take that time to negotiate a contract. Can they do that? Because if T doesn't sign it, he doesn't have to sign it, but he can't play for anybody else. Though I think. Am I correct on that? Do you know?
Dustin?
I'm not sure, to be honest, on that. I'm trying to.
I wasn't listening to the question. Yeah,
All right,
to be
all
100%
right,
honest.
all right. I'll say it again. So, say the Bengals say they're negotiating with T, and it's getting close to where he's going to hit free agency, and they're getting close, but they haven't signed it. So say they tag him just to lengthen the time that they could sign him, so he can't go out and talk to anybody else.
Yeah,
I know it's
I
up to him
think
to
so.
sign. I think they can.
Yeah, I mean, but you can let them go and talk to other teams because you're going to trade him to those teams, and and his agent could be working a deal out because anybody that trades for him is going to have the long-term deal worked out.
But that gives you some kind of control instead of just letting him go to free agency and not get anything.
But it's a little bit bad business because the franchise tag, no one uses it anyways 1 year. To put this on him second year.
The people use it a couple years. It has happened. Not very many.
And not lately. Like you saw last year, it was like everybody that got tagged got signed like pretty quickly after the tag was placed on, and maybe it was for that exact reason.
And everybody's sitting there saying that we pissed T off. Well, the thing is, like, it's a negotiation. It's you be having a conversation with them about we're going to do this, but we're still going to talk to you. You don't just.
I hope it doesn't come to that, but yes,
I hope it doesn't too.
I would do it. That's what I said. If they're close on a deal, or they think like, hey, we're not going to get him back, I'm tagging him because then I'm working out a trade,
right?
Or I'm signing him.
Yes,
that's what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm. I can see them doing that, and if they don't, because that would give them a long way. Because free agency is March. Is it
20th or 5th? I think 5th, where they can start signing.
March 5th. Okay, so we got what?
10th, excuse me.
Or March 10th. So we got about 2.5 months, 2 months, give or take, somewhere in there. And like I said, like you gotta get T's the number one you gotta get done because he's a free agent. Jamar and Trey, you can wait. I don't want to wait. I want them to get it all done.
Yeah, I don't want to be at the draft and Trey's requesting a trade again.
Yes, I don't want to do that.
Jamar is requesting to be traded because they haven't made traction on a deal.
I don't want any of that noise. They need to squash all that. That's what they need to do. Will they do it? I don't know. I was more confident the last couple years of them doing it, like 3 years ago of them doing that. So the last couple years they've drugged their feet on stuff which they weren't doing before. It's like they were getting stuff done, and now they've kind of drugged their feet a little bit too much for me. Good.
Another angle on the tagging of T could that be almost like a bad sign too? That they're still like that far apart that they
because they could be negotiating now. So
that's what
it better be. Yeah, and it depends on because. Now, this is the thing is with him changing agents. So this agent's coming in and not knowing what Mulugeta negotiated with him. So they basically got to start all over again, or the Bengals go, all right, we were at this point, we were close, and, we need to work from here. Or does he just come and going, all right, well, we need to start here. That's the thing you don't know with a new agent coming in. And he's been the agent for T for a month now. So they could have been talking before that.
They couldn't until the season ended, technically.
There's a lot of stuff technically. They're not supposed to do that.
Free agent deals get done 1 minute, they're announced 1 minute after it's done.
Yeah, like I said, Cap and Karras, a minute into it, we signed them both. So, I don't disagree with that.
I just feel like at this point, like, they know the value of T and the price tag that's behind it. And I know, like, negotiations, you got to be tough, but at the same time, like, this has been going on with him for a while. I almost like prefer if like you're not going to get this done, just let that dude be,
well, I know, but I think you got to recoup your asset.
I know, but
some asset, Yeah.
Who are you talking about again? Sorry, I was trying to read the comments.
T, like it is like from a human standpoint, it's like let's this man hit the open market and get his money because if you tag him again and drag it on, that's bad business. It's a bad look for the other players in the building.
That's the way it looks on the outside for us. It could be the communication could be different, on the inside. We don't know what all the communication is. It would look bad on the outside that they do that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Ken asked a question about cuts. Sorry, Jeff.
No, good.
I was just going to say,
blowing up. Go for it.
I think that we have mentioned that, like even on here. I think there's a few easy ones, and you guys can both, give your thoughts. But I think Rankins, that's an easy cut. That's like $12 million. Hubbard, $10 million. That's an easy cut. I love everything he done. I kind of hope he retires and goes out with that touchdown catch and just retires. And then Kappa was so bad this year.
Yeah,
There
he's
is
gotta
no
go.
world that he should not be cut.
Yeah.
And I don't remember what his is, but it's like 6 to 8 million or higher. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I don't disagree with those. The like I said, the one a month ago I was saying cut him was Stone. Now I'm more of keep him or renegotiate him. But it also, like you said, we talked about yesterday, Dale. It depends on who the defense coordinator is.
Yeah.
And Pratt. Ken just brought up Pratt. That's one.
I still
I
didn't
don't
look
know.
into that money wise.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much he's because they signed him because the market wasn't there. He was going to leave, and the market wasn't there. That's why the Bengals.
Well, they lost
him,
Bell
so.
too. Like I don't think they plan on bringing him back. They thought they
Right.
were losing him, and they were losing Bates. They didn't
And-
want to
and the
lose.
thing is, you gotta
They
look
didn't want to lose all three of them.
Right.
So
Well-
once Bell left for Carolina, then they pivoted and signed Pratt.
And then the other thing is Akeem Davis-Gaither is a free agent, so you're going to cut Pratt. Then you're down to one starting linebacker who started, and that's.
I
Logan
liked
Wilson.
what I saw out of Shaka Hayward, though.
Oh, I
know
did too.
he's not a guy
I'm not-
necessarily rely on. Jong Meta showed some flashes as a rookie.
One of these guys you're
especially
willing to.
Yeah,
to
I know.
cut two guys who've started for you, started in some big games for you. That's where I don't know the answer to that one, to be honest.
I think
Dustin,
there could be
what are
some
your thoughts
surprise
on all
cuts,
these?
too.
Well,
Yeah,
it
I mean,
doesn't-
I agree with all this. I do think there could be some surprise cuts with the new defensive coordinator. Sometimes those guys come in and just like, I gotta clean house and get my own guys in here.
And it depends what kind of defense they want to run.
Yeah,
You know, does Pratt
Yep.
fit? Does
So-
Pratt fit it?
yeah. It's like what prototypes do they want? What athleticism? But I definitely like. I feel like Rankins, Kappa. I'd be willing to, because I kind of like the depth in our safety room and like seeing some of the younger guys. I don't know. Stone just doesn't do it for me. You know,
I think
like,
Stone would do it if he's more of playing center field. You know, that's if they, and like I said, that depends on the defense coordinator and how they want to run it. I think if we do a three safety set, that works out better for him. But then you got who's going to be the third safety. That's the thing for that. So that's Stone. I think depends a lot on who the DC is. To be honest.
Yeah.
And
Sam.
Jeremy says Burton here, but I mean Burton's probably going to get cut, but that's going to be minimal. He's on a rookie deal as far as money goes.
Yeah. So cuts on offense.
Zach Moss.
Zach Moss.
Yeah, I didn't. When I watched him this year, he made a couple plays. I'd be fine with like retooling the running back room outside of Chase Brown. I like Herbert, keeping him around, but I think we could get young and fresh in the back.
All right, so I looked up Jermaine Pratt right now. His cap hit for next year is 8.1, almost 8.2 million. His dead cap hit would be 2.3. So you'd be saving almost it's a little less than, but almost $6 million against the cap to cut Jermaine Pratt. I think that one has to be in consideration too.
Oh, it's in consideration, yeah. I was thinking that before you even said the numbers, but yeah, it's definitely in consideration. The thing is, though, that goes to, again, get this D coordinator in here, getting his plan of who he wants. And to me, if you're cutting Pratt, then you've got to sign a linebacker, I think, because you can't try to draft a guard, at least one guard, an edge, a linebacker, and an interior guy, all to be able to make an impact. That's an awful lot to ask. You got to address some of this with free agents.
We don't have a producer, Brad. We're just a fan-made podcast, my brother.
Who said we got a producer?
We stole Dell computer headphones, all from a dumpster behind Best Buy.
Shh! Don't tell everybody, Brad.
How did you fucking know?
I know. God. How nice would it be to actually have a producer? That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
No, we need to have one of them. That would mean we actually make money doing this.
And yeah, somebody asked, Michael asked, was Bell on a 1-year deal? Yeah.
Yeah.
They brought him in 1 year and basically paid him nothing because
vet
he was still
minimum,
getting
wasn't it?
paid from. Yeah, he was still getting paid from Carolina.
Yeah, the Panthers were paying his salary.
Yeah, that one didn't even really. It didn't hurt. That was a no-brainer to bring him back. The dumb part was keep playing him as much as we did.
Should that tell you though, if another team is willing to pay the salary, like what the value's going to be?
Yeah.
You know?
I will say this: I would potentially bring Von Bell back if he wants to be on the coaching staff.
Oh, I was gonna say, well, you do? Okay, really?
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. I'm not bringing him back to be a potential 53-man roster player next year. Period.
Exactly.
And I love Von Bell. Hey, shout out hit on Juju.
Yeah, players just they hit a certain age in the NFL life that you can love them, but you're over the hill.
And I think Brad here, I'll probably end it with this one. We're at 6:30 here. He said, "I'm just saying, use the KC model, get some good stuff for Jamar, and keep T."
Oh, there ain't no way we're trading Jamar.
Yeah, we're not.
Not with the
Jamar.
chemistry with Joe too.
No, that's not happening. I mean,
I hear you though.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I mean, our Jamar and T is their Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. They kept Kelce and got rid of Tyreek, which Tyreek's already regretting it because.
Well, now Rosenhaus came out and said he's talked to the front office. He's good. He's going to be with he's committed to the Dolphins again. That was today. Yeah.
My wife heard that. She's what was he so upset about? I said, well, he got paid, but he missed out 2 Super Bowls. She goes, ooh. Yeah, that's not good.
And the quarterback play hasn't been very good. He was.
Well, that's what I say too to T. If he does leave, you gotta consider who's throwing you the ball, because you can't control that. You can be wide open and the guy can't get you the ball. You gotta go. Yeah, money's great, but you could be out of this league real quick if people think you're washed because you can't get open. So.
Hey, two fans will get the draft guide. So if you're listening and Bengal Brews, DM Bengals Brews, that'll be on Taylor's dime. You will get free draft guides. 2 fans get free draft guide. He donated $10 to Project Game Day. So just DM me the email address you want it. And thank you, Taylor, for that. And gave you a subscribe.
Yeah. The email, Jeff Trunapole at Gmail. No, I was kidding.
The best damn draft guide in the land.
Exactly.
His blood, sweat, tears, spilled liquor. Hell, he might even pissed on it too. Send it out to you.
It's authentic.
Yeah.
And it's PDF, so there's no piss on the draft guide.
You can get the smell through the computer.
You're not pissing on your computer. If you are, you're really into some kinky shit.
You're not supposed to tell people. I still have this. This is where my microphone stand is. This is the 2024 draft guide, just FYI, that I printed out, but you will get a PDF file of this.
Yeah, that's legit.
Yeah. I want the printed out one. I want it autographed. Autographed by Dale. Dale the Diesel Altman. Why does he call you Diesel anyway?
Because I said, I would just say that as a nickname sometimes. Okay, play an old wrestling game or something, and you only get so many options to pick for your character's nickname. I'm Dale Altman, and I want something with a D. So it was like Diesel was one of the only things, and then shout out Big Daddy Cool Diesel.
I was going to say Big Daddy Cool. Well, you do have the pimp.
Maybe I'll just go with Big Daddy Cool.
I think that'd be good.
Who was
maybe a new nickname for me? Big Daddy Cool.
Big Daddy Cool Diesel. Dale Altman. Good, Dustin. What?
I was gonna say, dude, who was that draft guy that was just at drugstores?
That was a drugstore list. That was.
Who was the guy?
He was a local guy. Did it here in Cincinnati. Yeah. I can't remember his name. Yeah, that was back in the 90s. Yeah, you would actually go to the drug. It was called the drugstore list. He got on the radio and did all kinds of stuff. That was before.
Well, Dane Brugler's the GOAT right now. I want to, Dane Brugler with the Beast. That is something that I've been getting every year, and now it's on the Athletic. So I subscribe to the Athletic basically for Dane Brugler content more than anything. He's awesome.
You could be the official carry out or liquor store draft guide, like the drugstore,
the liquor store draft guide.
Dude, the drunk draft guide. The draft guide for drunks.
There you go, the drunk draft guide.
If I walked into a liquor store and saw a draft guide of yours there, I'd instantly buy it.
I'd be like, hey, I know that guy. I know him. Yeah.
I don't put my face on stuff because obviously, why would I?
Because they would sell like crazy. But
if it's at a liquor store, it might just have to be my face.
By the way,
drunk draft guide when I'm fucking a bottle of Fireball deep. That's the picture.
Did you get my message I sent to you from Instagram that we need to go have a beer sometime? You didn't get that today, did you?
I see. I didn't click on it.
Okay, what? No, why not?
I probably do need a snowblower, Ken. You're right, but Marissa did go get 2 shovels from Ace Hardware. Shout out, Ace Hardware had shovels. Lowe's didn't. None of the other places I went had them.
Now, the question is how long...
Those shovels sucked. They sucked. They're not going to last long, Jeff.
I was like, how long did it take you to break them? Dale, that's like, yeah.
Everything is ice. That's why I also said get a couple more bags of the...
I break snow shovels.
The rock salt and stuff that I can spray because everything is now iced here because it's like fucking 8 degrees outside.
And not this kind of ice. Not me.
Not the cool ice.
Yeah. Wait, that's
the ice that you will bust your... I'll probably bust my ass walking back up. It's also, the snow is like this deep, so every time I walk down here to podcast and back, it's like I'm risking my life for you guys.
I love
fall and I'm done for.
Hey, what about the boner list? You like that?
It comes with like the inside sleeves has a couple pills in it. A couple boner pills.
Well,
it's a pop-up. It's a pop-up book. They all pop up to it.
My favorite player is a pop-up book. This is my favorite players.
Yeah, this is my boner level for Cameron Williams, the tackle, or Xavier Watts, boner level.
Hey, I think we're on to something here. I think we're on to the first ever pop-up draft guide by Dale Allman called the boner list.
I'm giving this dude 10 boners.
10 boners. 10. I give it a fucking 10. 9.5 and I still got wood.
He's a little light in the ass, so I'm only giving him 5.
Oh, God. On that, I think I'm going to end this. Dustin, I appreciate you jumping on, man. You have to do this again sometime. And next time.
Dustin's great, man. Dustin
doesn't show his face when he comes on my show. I always get the knock when he's on your show. When he's on Bruce, he's all got his hair slicked back, looking all good. Mine, I just get just
he didn't want to show us up, Jeff.
I know.
The both of us on here, and then he shows up.
Boys.
It's too much sexy.
At Dustin Croft on Twitter/X, man. Follow my guy. He's good, man. He knows his stuff. He's just a good dude, man. I really like Dustin. Don't let that go to your head, by the way.
No. You guys are great, man. Like such a cool community we have with the Bengals, and you and Iceman have been doing it for a while, and you guys hustle and you put a lot of work and research. Like we really appreciate it, guys. We really do.
Well, we appreciate you guys watching because if nobody watches, there's no reason to do this. So
we just be on the phone talking. At least I would probably be in the house on the phone.
Yeah, we were calling each other, talking to each other about it. That's it. So, Dustin, appreciate you, brother.
All right, boys, have a good night.
Who day? All right, Dale, the Diesel, big sexy bonerless Dale.
Big sexy bonerless.
Big sexy bonerless, the first ever pop up draft guide. The bonerless. Coming out
boing! Maybe we could get noises in there too. Like if I really like the prospect, when you open the page, it goes boing.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. See, get you nice and close. Tell everybody where they can follow you at. What do you got?
At Bengals Brews. I have a personal account at Del Waltman, but I never even check it.
That's for his only fans.
Project Game Day. Mm-hmm. So the donation $5 or more for the draft guide. Minimum $5 is what we say. So $5, that's all you need to do. And I will send it to you. I will put your email down. I've got a list that I put in my notes on my phone.
I'm gonna drive to Portsmouth to get the book.
Yeah, well, there's not one yet. This is just an idea.
You need to print it for me. I want the first ever pop-up book.
But it's, Project Game Day, it gets individuals with disabilities and military veterans to Bengals games. It was our first year actually getting to do that. And we got to meet a lot of cool people. I mean, some of them, one of them being 90 years old that never got to go to a game. A guy who's a veteran in the military, people with health concerns that might not be here 6 months from now. I hate to be morbid about it, but you know what I'm saying? And you can nominate people and you can follow at Project Game Day because there's a bunch of other guys that actually run that. I just do a draft guide and try to help raise some money.
But yeah, it's a good bunch of dudes. James, Bengals of Bourbon. Cincinnati James, Bengals of Bourbon are two ones.
Houday Joe's been doing a ton with it. Santori, Derek, Greg, everybody.
Yep. Pork chop.
Just a big community of people and just trying to help other people, and you can help if you can use any kind of platform you have to help other people, then honestly, selfishly, makes you feel a little better, So that's if nothing else, it makes me. But to see somebody smile, because there's a lot of kids, that have gone through. The one little girl's had like 20 some surgeries they had at a game.
Wow.
And they get her down there, and like her first Bengals game, and she loves Joe Burrow. She's only like 10 years old, and she's getting to experience a game and a tailgate. And that's when, the weather was actually ended up being nice. It was that Denver game that she got to go to. It was like 55 degrees.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I was at that one. Yeah, I met her. I was at that game. Yeah, I met her.
She was awesome.
She was awesome.
Like,
yes. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
She's been through
the
like
one tailgate I made to you guys. Yeah.
She's been through like 20 some surgeries. You wouldn't know that meeting her because she's always got a smile on her face, and she was awesome. She was like pumped.
Dude, she was so excited. She's pumping her fist. She's having so much fun. It was cool, but
so that's what it's all about at the end of the day. It's just like using even this is a small platform. I mean, Iceman's a bigger platform, but this is a small platform, and if you can help anybody else in any way, like that makes me feel good. But I'm not doing anything. Those guys are doing a lot behind the scenes, and we're going to have a big draft event on day 2. So that's when the second and third rounds happen. That'll be on a Friday.
You can be at Midwest Best for that?
No. This year is going to be at the Foaling House.
Oh, that's right. The Foaling Warehouse. That's right. Yeah.
So it's going to be a bigger event.
Yeah.
There probably will be Midwest. We're actually going to have Midwest Cater. There may be Donatos. There may be other things like that are, discussions that I shouldn't be saying out loud, but I did.
See, this is why I like having Dale on here, because I know nothing about this. I forgot about the Foaling thing, so yeah.
But follow Project Game Day, too, like on Twitter, because the updates will come through there. But we'll try to post it on Brews as well and talk about it more. So that's an event. We'll try to raise money for the tickets. And shout out Matty Meyer, Matty Meyer, who Meyer Window and Door, Jackpot Joey, all that stuff. He donated 4 tickets this past season. 4 tickets, 4 games of tickets. Bengals captain donated 4 games of tickets, Plus then, we bought tickets, and we pay for like parking. We pay for like food and gas. We're just like, here's $150 or whatever, Use it how you need to use it to help you to get to the game for food and gas and parking. And we try to get a parking pass if possible at times. So we just trying to help people out and give them a cool experience, And Darth Bengal, a guy we didn't mention, that's part of it, huge part of it.
Yep.
Darth Bengal, man. Darth Bengal does all the the chain back here, the Bengals and Brews chain right here. Bengals and Brews chain and the other chain. Darth Bengal makes those. He don't make any money off of it. The only time he's ever sent anything out for money was for a donation for Project Game Day, and he makes these chains, and he has never made one dime off of it. And it costs a lot to make this stuff.
And he just leaves them places too. If you ever follow Darth on Twitter, he'll just leave them someplace.
Yeah.
I'm always curious. Somebody goes, "What the hell?" And they just find it. He just leaves them.
Yeah. But he made chains for like every nominee, all that stuff, and people that come down and tailgate. If he's got extra chains, it's just like, hey, boom, here's a chain. Like he gives them away. He's made. I didn't pay him for these ones that I have, and he did a Bengals and Brews one. Man, that's awesome. He's awesome. Great dude.
There's lots of good people in Bengals fandom. That's why we deserve a Super Bowl. No. There's a lot of reasons we deserve a Super Bowl. Real quick before I let you go, Taylor wants to know, where'd you get that jacket from?
Amazon.
There you go. Big pimpin'.
I have I had the robe. I have a full robe that is.
Oh, that's not the robe?
No, this is a jacket. This is an actual jacket.
I thought that was the robe. I've seen the robe.
Yeah, they're exact same like print.
Yeah. That's better than
and shout out Foxy, man. Foxy was down there a lot.
Yes,
and he was down there a lot, and he supported a lot. And last year with the draft guide, he said if we reach a certain amount of money, he would donate $500, and he donated $500 last year to Project Game Day. So Foxy, man, that's you're a good dude, Foxy, straight up.
Yeah, I love Foxy. Foxy's awesome. One of my original viewers of my show, so I always love Foxy. I'll never forget because I started doing the victory lap. I did that year we went to Super Bowl, and he was one of the first ones that watched the show to do it. And I thought that was so freaking cool. I met him down first time I met him.
I remember that. I remember that video.
Yeah,
Foxy's awesome, man.
Send it to us. Foxy's awesome. I love that dude. All right, Dale, I'm gonna get the hell out of here. Go watch Notre Dame and Penn State.
Yeah, we got like 40 minutes.
Yep, let's go. Dale.
Thaw out.
Yeah, exactly. Go thaw out, dude. And hey, don't break any more shovels, all right?
Hey, Ice, you're doing great things, man. And shout out to everybody that tuned in this show. You guys are awesome.
Who day, brother. Love you.
Who day.
Later. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Hopefully Dale goes thaw us out. Thanks for tuning in. Tomorrow night the plan is to be at Millions Sports Cafe over there in, nope, that's the wrong one I want. Hold on, I'm trying to get so you can see. There you go. That's what I want. Over there at Mount Lookout Square. The show starts at 7 o'clock. Like I said, this is all depending on the weather. As long as the weather is okay and we can drive, I can get there. We'll be there. And if Millions is open, we're there every Friday at 7 o'clock. We do an hour show there. It's a very unusual show because we give the microphone to live drunk people sometimes. So it's very interesting to see what comes out of their mouth. But come there, show up. Me and the boys, some version of the boys are there. Joe's always there. Neil might shows up a lot. Harrison is kind of hit or miss because of his work schedule. So it's always fun when we get all of us there together. So check us out tomorrow night at Millions. And it is official. I'll be back at Moreland Lager House this coming Tuesday. And this is the new deal. $15 burger and fry. That's the deal. It goes every Tuesday I'm doing my show for there from 6 to 8. So this is, and the deal is from 4 p.m. to close. So have you ever been to Moreland House? Their burgers are freaking delicious. So come there, have a burger, have some beer. Let's talk some sports, and we'll have a great, great time. Now, one thing I do want to get to that I did see while we were talking. See here. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, there you go. Carrie. Ice, let's get a Reds show going up soon. If Trags joined the show, we were going to talk some Reds. We did talk a little Reds on Tuesday's show. So don't worry. Get closer to baseball season. I will definitely do more talk on the Reds. It's just kind of hard right now because they're not. I mean, they did do some stuff. I'm hoping they'll do some more, but we'll definitely, trust me, definitely, I will be covering the Reds a lot more here. We got spring training coming up, so stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed to all the channels. So shout out to Moreland House, shout out to Millions, and shout out to Priority Lawn and Landscaping. These guys are killing themselves right now. They're out there snow plowing. They haven't got much sleep. They're going to be going out again tomorrow night. So if you guys need any lawn and landscaping or snow removal, give Priority Lawn and Landscaping a call at 513-430-6114. Again, that's 513-430-6114. And as Dale said, huge shout out to Midwest Best. I know they cater the Project Game Day tailgate. And it sounds like they'll be doing some other stuff with them. I know Bengals and Bearcat got a show there. They're going to be doing a Midwest Best. I've done a show there. Get out there, support Tim and Nicole. They're awesome people. And I literally say this all the time. You can take a dart and throw it at the menu and pick something, and you will love it. If you like wings, like barbecue, go out there. Check out Midwest Best Barbecue. Tell Tim and Nicole Ice sent you. Also, shout out to Meyer Windows and Doors. You can check them out at www.meyercincinnati.com for all your windows and door needs. I got them in my house. I highly recommend you get them in yours. And my West Side peeps, go check out Hail Marys, your ticket to the game. You got big ass TV screen, food trucks, free parking, which is across the street. If you know anywhere Chivy's kind of hard to find parking. This place got free parking right across the street. Go there, have a beer. You can go there, watch the college football playoffs tonight. Again, it's Hail Marys, your ticket to the game. All right, now you guys have a wonderful day. I plan to see you live at Millions and Millions at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Hope you guys can join. If not, check the show out live, YouTube, X, Facebook. I've been live streaming on all of them, along with on ZTV. So you can follow me on all those. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. And other than that, I think that's it. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Throw it up. That's just sports, baby. See ya!
Weekday nights, the city roars. Tune in loud, turn up some more. Cincinnati show, it's time to play. Sports with strawberry ice today. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. CTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry ice, he's on the mic, energy, it's pure delight. Every touchdown, every goal. heart beats strong. Strawberry ice will lead the throng. Every touchdown, every goal, feel the pulse that's in your soul. Cincinnati heart beats strong. Strawberry ice will lead the throng. Feel the crowd, it's electric now. Shouting loud, they all know how. The CTV got what we crave. Sports with ice, it's waves and waves. Tigers strike and Bengals roar. Every game we want some more. Tune it in and feel the thrill. Strawberry ice, he's giving chills. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. TTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry ice, he's on the mic, energy, it's pure delight.